Oh yeah, okay. So Rochelle here again. I have already done my workout today. I did video it, but my son photobombed and he is 17, but he's not actually keen on being in my videos. So I have to respect that choice. So I deleted my video and won't be posting that one to YouTube. I did the 25-minute full body workout and I am stuffed, so I'm just going to sit down for a minute. I talked a wee bit about why it is that I'm not seeing the body changes I'd like to see yet, and that's basically stress eating. So being worried about my dad, he's got some health issues going on at the moment, so I've been eating things I shouldn't have, including a crunchy bar the other day. So anyhow, hopefully today we'll find out a bit more about what's going on, and I made the decision to stop that eating anyway. I've got some chips here to finish off with, and I use them as I suppose, an intermediate thing to transition from eating the sugar that I know I shouldn't be eating to eating a more healthy diet. Now, as far as what I normally eat, breakfast is a good meal. I always eat a good breakfast, except on those days when I don't eat breakfast at all, when I'm doing a bit of a extended fast period. So breakfast is usually some frozen blueberries. That beep you heard in the background was my frozen blueberries, basically finishing their thaw cycle in the microwave. I then put on some raw linseeds and some almonds and some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, which I think are called pimentos in the US. And then I put some dried bananas on the top of that. One problem with the dried bananas is that they do have sugar in them. Why you put sugar in dried bananas, I don't know. Dried bananas are sweet, but they do. And then I put some yogurt of some description on the top of that, mix it all up and eat that, and that's breakfast. Lunch tends to be gluten-free seeded loaf of some sort with a meat of some description and sometimes a few lettuce leaves, or it could be a salad with some sort of meat. I'm a big meat eater. I know I shouldn't be, but I am, and that's something I may transition out of later, but one thing at a time. I'm also eating a lot of raspberries at the moment because our raspberry bush has started doing what it ought to. Yeah. So, and dinner is usually cooked by my husband and is usually a fair amount of brassicas, meat and carbs. So yesterday was an active rest day, so there was no video, and I spent part of the day mowing our lawn. Then I went over and mowed Mum and Dad's lawn with their new electric lawnmower, which is actually quite hard on the hands because you have to keep the grip on all the time or else it stops running, which I know is a safety thing, but it's really quite hard on the hands, and I'm surprised Mum managed to do it because she's got rheumatoid in her hands, and yeah, it was hard enough for me, and I don't. So that's that. Yep. Now the chips that I'm eating at the moment, or will be, are these ones. So these are Heartland potato chips. I've got 3 flavours. I'll start off with the chicken ones. They're the most strongly flavoured. Move on to the maple bacon. Yum. And then I've got 1 packet of plain just to finish it off. And that basically, it'll be 1 packet per day, which is more than it should be, but still. Have those. Then we'll move on to oranges and apples and stuff like that for afternoon tea. And as far as my drinks are concerned, it's usually water, fruit teas or that sort of thing. So I've got my teas up there, various types, or hot chocolate. And my hot chocolates, I use this stuff, which is actually quite a nice cocoa powder. It's got a reddish hint to it, which is good. I also add in some of this stuff, which is a prebiotic, some of this, which is the good cinnamon rather than the cheap crappy stuff, and some of this, which is collagen, and my sweetener is this stuff. Have to get that in from the States through iHerb, but at least it's not sugar and it's not stevia or any of the fake sugars. Stevia I have issues with. If I have too much of it, it gives me joint pain. So maybe natural, but I don't react particularly well to it. And I also want to reduce how many hot chocolates I have to maybe one a day. At the moment it tends to be 2. So basically that's how I'm eating at the moment. Yeah, I'll definitely be changing that. Now the other thing is, since it's school holidays, I will be getting an extra exercise because we will be getting the house ready for Christmas. So first room I'll be starting on is the dining room kitchen. So a quick sweep. So this is the dining room and this is the kitchen. So I need to get this area tidied because this area is actually going to have some changes. So we've just recently put the tiles in. So you can see there white subways. We did originally have a row of tiles just on here, which were very 1980s, with very 1980s prints on them, and they were just really not very nice. So we took all that off and stripped the wallpaper down, and now I've got to finish stripping the wallpaper in this whole room, do some plastering because there will be plastering that needs to be done, and clean the kitchen ceiling, and then I can paint. So I've got a spray paint unit that I'm going to be teaching myself how to use, which will hopefully make the whole thing a lot faster and a lot less hard on my neck and arms. So, but once this room is done, and I want to get this room done basically before the new year, then we'll move into the lounge, and the lounge can be basically repainted. The colour I am doing basically this whole area in, including the lounge and probably the hall, is Resine Quarter Tea, which is a very light, almost taupey colour. We've got Resine tea out in, excuse me, my studio and my husband's room for his gaming room. Full tea was too dark in here because we've got the dark floors, but it should work really well with quarter, and it should basically lighten this whole space up. And then that will just leave us with the kitchen bench, which we're probably going to repaint. At the moment it's just very 1980s Formica, but we can't replace it easily, especially not now that we've done the tiling. That and replacing a kitchen bench is bloody expensive. And there's nothing wrong with the cupboards. The cupboards have all been reskinned. So we're figuring if we do paint, that should do the job. So at least see us through another 10 years or so. So anyhow, that's it for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.